something of what it's like being in a blended family, not just a blended family, but a large blended family, not just a large blended family, but a large blended interracial family. We have so many different experiences being a large blended family. We're a family of 10, and sometimes it's a little challenging getting out of the door and getting places with a lot of people. Sometimes things can get a little chaotic.
It gets a lot chaotic.
We work really well as a family unit. As chaotic as we might think it is, I think somebody on the outside looking in would think a lot differently. But we live it every day, so. At
a certain age level, the kids do have responsibilities, and that's one of the things that Geretta likes to instill in the kids. You tie the ball and chain on the ankle, and you start loading them down with heavy burden responsibility.
Heavy burdens. Since we're such a large group, we seem to attract attention when we go out, and it's not that we are a rowdy bunch of people. It's just that I think that people find our large blended group quite interesting. So many people, our family is so large, and they're different personalities, and it definitely makes for an interesting and fun family, and I definitely wouldn't have it any other way. And then you also have the other element that plays into it, which is the fact that we're interracial. Then you have some people who look at us in disgust, and then we have those who you can tell they're looking at you because they admire you, or that maybe because they think you're interesting.
Yeah, we've had people come up to us and compliment us on how well the kids are behaved. Not only that, but we've heard the other side of the coin as well. You know, the comments, now I've seen it all, or whatever the case may be, the type of comments that of disapproval.
Right. So, I mean, some people are quite rude, and so, I mean, but, you know, those are the things that we deal with being in an interracial family.
Right.
You get the stares, and some of them are approving stares, and some of them are definitely because they disapprove of your family. I have situations where when I'm out with my 3 younger kids, where people are rude enough to ask me, well, are you his mom? Am I the babysitter? Am I the nanny? Why is his hair like that? Why is his skin so light, or her skin so light? And they don't believe that these are my children. It's strange that people this day and age.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But it doesn't matter what race they are, because we've heard comments from Asians, blacks, whites, and they all have either approve or disapprove. There's no particular group that's more understanding or more accepting.
Right.
Than the other, because they're negative and positive in all races.
Like you said, it's all different races and ethnic groups that may approach you and say something or question the situation because they don't approve of it, or they just don't understand. I remember being at a couple of our children's basketball game. There was a black couple that was sitting behind us, and the woman made a comment.
She was making all kinds of comments. That the only reason you're with me is because the money. The only reason you had babies for me was because of the money.
Right. So
that was pretty much what she said.
Yeah, people just make really straight.
Loud enough for us to hear. I mean, these people have absolutely no discretion.
Yeah.
That's just blatant, rude. It's childlike to be that.
And you're making
almost ignorant.
Right. It's definitely ignorant.
Right.
You're making an assumption about somebody's relationship that you don't know, and she just automatically assumed that I'm with you for the money. That so she assumed that you're loaded.
Maybe that's why she might do it. If
right.
That would be the only reason in her mind that any woman would do that.
Right.
Would, to go outside of your race.
Right. Right.
For money. I've taken Caitlin and Purcell and Jordan out to the store, And I've had people stare, I've had people separate us as if we weren't together.
Yeah, we get that a lot. Like,
I mean, that happens a lot between Geretta and I.
if we're standing on a line at Walmart or in the supermarket, people will pretty much separate us. And
they'll say,
sometimes they don't ask at all. They just assume.
They'll ring it up, then they'll start looking confused when you're standing next to me.
Like I'm violating. I remember going to Best Buy one time.
Yeah, I asked for help, and the gentleman in the store came to the aisle and he started helping me out, and then Geretta had a question and she interjected, and he was like, "Ma'am, I'm with a customer."
Acting like I violated because I started talking to him because I guess he didn't realize we were together. Yeah. The funny thing is you bought this guy directly in front of me. I mean, like I could feel the hairs on my husband's arm, how close he was standing next to me. So the fact that this guy didn't make the connection that we were together was kind of odd to me.
Well, I guess it's a mental thing that they just completely separate, people by race.
Right. When Caitlin's out with Sam, when they go shopping sometimes.
Oh yeah, people will be kind of whispering and looking like something's wrong, like maybe I kidnapped her or something weird. So, yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Because the reactions that we get. Same thing with Purcell, but it's no big deal. I've been dealing with this for quite a few years now, so it's not unusual to me to have people that have negative reactions, or it's an everyday thing for me.
I deal with it a little bit better than I did in the beginning, and Sam probably has more experience with it because he was in an interracial relationship. All his relationships were interracial relationships, so I guess he had experience with it. I had never had any experience being in an interracial relationship, or people looking at me or staring at me or whispering or even saying things out aloud, which people do sometimes. So I wasn't used to it. So it's something that's challenging for me, and I've gotten a whole lot better with being able to ignore it, but initially it did bother me a lot. We did face some adversity early on in our relationship where I was actually fired from my job. They didn't like us being together. I know that it was more of a racial issue than anything else. That's a video for another day.
So yeah, we'll save the wrongful termination for another day. I love my wife and kids. We have an awesome family, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
How sweet.
You don't know how to kiss anyway. You don't know how to kiss. That's not a real kiss.
What do you want me to do, a French kiss video with that? Anyway. Okay, so anyways. I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to share our family and I wanted to spread love. We promote acceptance and the idea that love, as intended by God, transcends the artificial barriers set by man.
So that's pretty much what we strive to do, and set an example for our children and maybe for others. Maybe there's something you could learn, something you could take away from our experience in our marriage, our relationship, and our love, that could possibly make a change in your life or a change in your heart.
We're just going to end it off here and say, spread more love. Thanks for sharing this time with us. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and
don't forget to subscribe.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.